Hi everybody. I'm having some issues with my tripod thing, and I guess I'm a little crooked, but oh well. That's just how it's gonna be this week. So I'm Brandy Joy, and we are doing the horoscope of the week for October 10th, 2018. Hi April, good to see you, honey. Hello everyone, thanks for joining. Tonight we are talking about the astrology of the week. We started out with a new moon on Monday and Tuesday, and that new moon was very intense, right? We started out with this new moon in Libra while Venus was starting its whole retrograde. Okay, so talk about relational tensions in the air. Okay, and it doesn't have to be between everyone, but in general, we're seeing a lot of relationship tension, a lot of projections, a lot of control issues, power issues, things like that. So this new moon in Libra was actually squaring Pluto. Yikes, right? Pluto is power. Pluto is Scorpio energy. Pluto is that really fixed, strong water energy, which water is emotion, but it's also fixed. So it's kind of that emotional, but also like about your power and about standing your ground and also being stubborn sometimes. So that kind of energy mixed in with a new moon in relational Libra. Wow. So a lot of power issues in play for a lot of people this week. Started out that way. The emotional tensions, of course, surface during this time. And this can be a very empowering week, but it makes you feel powerless in a lot of ways. So there's a lot of external issues, a lot of relational stuff coming up for a lot of people. So people are being very irritable. People are being a little cranky towards other people, which is causing even more issues internally. So it's this whole dynamic of external and internal conflict this week. It makes you realize what you do have control over and what you don't. We talked the other day about, I was mentioning the whole serenity prayer, right? And, this is what this week is about. It's about letting go of the things that you don't have control over and then focusing down on the things that you do have control over. Like, for instance, your money, your career, and there's going to be external factors that affect it, but are you choosing the right one? And this Venus retrograde will make you reflect on your choices. Are you making the right choices for yourself? Are you making the best choices for your highest good and for others' highest good, right? So if there are issues with like codependency or power and things like that, then it's going to come up this week and it's going to test you a bit and see if you can really make better decisions this go around, right? For this cycle, can you make better decisions for yourself and others? So when you make better decisions for yourself, it ends up being better help for other people. Now, it might not be immediate. Maybe you have to get out of a codependent relationship or you keep taking care of someone, right? And it really gets thrown in your face right now. And then you have to make the decision, are you going to let it go? Are you going to stop, taking care of this person? Or maybe they have issues with alcohol or drugs. Are you going to stop supporting that and let them move away from you so that they can then deal with their stuff the way that they should, right? So a lot of that kind of issue is coming up. So it's a very, very tense week. In fact, I pulled a few cards for all of you, and we have the Five of Wands, which is the card of tension. Okay, so this is a tense week, right? This has been a very tense time for the past couple of weeks, and we are in a Scorpio moon today, right? So it's very emotional. There's a lot of emotion this week, and there's a lot of emotion today because the moon represents your emotional body, and it's in Scorpio, the deepest sign of the zodiac, the most watery, emotional, deep sign of the zodiac. So a lot of people are feeling this energy. A lot of people are feeling the emotions surface. So more anxieties, more, negative thoughts coming in the program, and the unconscious thoughts. So you've got to get control over that if that's affecting you. And we also have Mercury in opposition to Uranus this week. Ouch, right? So Mercury is our planet of communication, okay? And Uranus is our planet of awakening and shocks and oh my God, right? So they are in opposition to each other. So this is like a spark, and it can be a shock. There can be a lot of a shocking communication, shocking ideas, inspirations might come to you. So this can be positive or negative or both, right? So you might get some new inspiration, some new ideas. Maybe things are really flowing for you, right? But it could also be that you're shocked by the way someone responds to you verbally. It could even be, just communication shocks in general. Somebody says something that you're not expecting, or maybe they're being emotional, and so when they speak to you, they say something that rubs you the wrong way, right? And that's that kind of Mercury / Uranus energy kind of mingling, and it is deep. It is Scorpio. There's some Scorpio stuff. There's some shocking Uranus stuff there. Yeah, because Mercury is in Scorpio. So we have a lot of emotional stuff again with people, right? This is the same theme with a lot of these planets this week. The interesting thing is that Mercury is going to move into an aspect with Saturn by the end of the week. This is interesting because it's hitting Uranus and then it's hitting Saturn. So when it hits Saturn, it's almost like, maybe you had a revelation about someone, right? Maybe they communicated with you and said some things that you needed to hear. Or it could be an idea or an inspiration that you downloaded or got from spirit, right? Well, now when it hits Saturn, it's going to be like, okay, what are you going to do with the communication you got? So what are you going to do with the idea or the inspiration or the awakening that you didn't want to hear, right? So what are you going to do with that? Because Saturn will ground it down and say, okay, what are we going to do with this now that you know, or now that you found out, or now that you experience this, what are you going to do with it? Okay, so by the end of the week, you'll be feeling more of a practical energy with the Saturn aspect. So Saturn and Mercury, Mercury is very air and communication, and then Saturn is very, very grounded. Saturn is very physical, earthy, and discipline, okay? So you can use that Saturn energy with Mercury to make something happen, to create something. Like, for instance, I'm a teacher, I create curriculum. It's great for creating curriculum, things like that, where you can take ideas and put them into an outline type of thing, right? Or write. That would be a good thing to do this week if you like to write. Okay. So a lot of people are having a lot of fears with this Pluto energy and all this Scorpio energy that we have. A lot of people are experiencing their lower chakra stuff, that lower chakra stuff, that icky emotional stuff that you want to just kind of repress or suppress, right? And it's kind of bubbling up right now, and that's what it does with Scorpio. Scorpio makes things come out, the creatures of the deep come out, right? So we can kind of see our own shadows, our own demons a little more clearly right now. And they're reflected by other people, okay? So this is that devil card, right? Because really we all have that within us. We all have our shadows and our demons within us, and they're coming up, and that creates a lot of fear, and it creates a lot of doubt. And so if you're experiencing that doubt and that fear and that anxiety, many people are, try not to overreact with other people, right? So that is that energy, and that Scorpio energy is that death card we keep getting. Remember, we keep pulling this death card. And that's that Scorpio energy that's going on right now. That's that transformational type of energy, that energy of going into the depth of your unconscious, going into the deep recesses of the mind, and then transforming the self. And that's what's going on right now. So many people are feeling like the hanged man. Many people are feeling a little upside down, a little trapped in certain ways, feeling like something needs to change. And that's good, because this actually propels you to change, right? And that's what this is all about right here. Okay, so we have this, right, this hangman, and it's like, this needs to happen. So we get a little bit of this tension, which creates this, right? So this is the Tower card, and the Tower card has to do with that Uranus Mercury stuff I was talking about, shocks, awakening, ideas and inspiration that come from somewhere else, right? And so this can be emotional shocks that hit you this week. So in fact, Venus, I don't do reverse cards, but just to kind of put it into a little perspective here for you, for those of you that do like reversals, Venus is retrograde and it's in Scorpio, okay? So Venus is a little upside down right now. If you watch Stranger Things, right, you're in the upside down, right? So there's a little bit of this upside down energy with Venus, and it's really starting to affect people in a deep way, which creates change, right? So Venus retrograde will cause money problems, will cause relationship problems. It will make you question what you value, what you're attracted to. Right? What you're attracted to. Now, whether this is people or things, what you value, what you prioritize, has to do with the Venus energy that you have. And so when it's retrograde for everyone and it's aspecting all these things like Mars right now, it's saying, hey, so how do you feel about the things you value? How do you feel about your priorities? Are you prioritizing right? Are you dealing with your money correctly? Maybe you need to do a budget, right? I've been working on my budgets. I know a lot of people have in my life. And really, you know, how does your life reflect what you value? And that's the big question this week is, do you need to change something, or do you need to hold your ground about something, right, in order to stick to your value system and your priorities and to make the best decisions for your higher good, highest good, right? So are you dealing with your money correctly? Are you dealing with your sacred space correctly? Are you dealing with people in the best way possible? Because there's a lot of trials, there's a lot of tests going on with this Pluto energy, with this Venus retrograde energy, with the Scorpio energy. So a lot of people are a bit bombarded right now, but, right, it's not going to be forever that this energy is going to be going on. No, we attract things that vibrate at our vibration. So if your vibration is a little icky from too much like negative self-talk, right, then you're going to attract other people that have that negative self-talk, that same vibration. So you want to raise up your energy and clear that programming that you have so that you attract people that have a higher vibration, that are operating in more of an optimistic vibration. And that vibration is very real. That energy is very real. It's not like you're just attracting someone just because you think they're attractive. There's much more to it than that. It's an unconscious vibration that's happening. It's like a magnet, right? And I have those law of attraction videos up on YouTube, and everybody knows that, right? So anyways, let's see if there's anything else that I didn't really talk about. No, not really. I think that's about it. But relationships are definitely a big factor this week, and it might not be like your spouse. It could be relationships with, you know, anyone, any family member, a business partner, friends, you know, friends are soulmates, brothers and sisters are soulmates. All these, everybody in your life is a soulmate in a certain kind of way. You know, many times you've spent lifetimes with many of these people, most of these people, not all of them. Some of them are new, but that is like an issue right now for a lot of people. It's the soul contract stuff right now that's causing a lot of tension. So, oh, glad you're doing some meditation work. Awesome. Thank you for joining me, everyone. If you would like to join us for our membership community, I am talking about candle magic this coming week as special request from one of my students. And yeah, we just did house clearing this week, so that's up. If you want to learn about house clearing, it's at vibecourses.com under the membership. So just check it out. And if you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you. Love and light, everybody. Have a great week, and please meditate every day and just spread the light. All right. So love and light. Mwah. Bye, everybody. Thank you.